Alright, so introductions real quick, and I already did that, but Chris Green, again, I teach at Granville High School. I've taught there GP Environmental Science for 5 years now, and then 10 years in Granville, and 17 years overall teaching.
To prepare for this PD, I wanted to make sure I addressed everyone's needs. I sent emails to the participants to find out a little bit of background and asked them to put their questions on a shared Google Doc so you could stay on task and have a record of what we covered, including links and resources. This is the beginning of that document.
So, I guess we can start with questions and then see where that takes us, and then I have some resources that I've collected, and I can cover them each with you. So the first one, you ever been on, you guys on Facebook? Okay, so there's a Facebook group. If you want me to, if you give me your username on Facebook, I can request you. So you have to be in the group to request other people to be in the group. Because it's teachers talking teacher stuff, sharing resources, sometimes test questions and stuff, so they want to keep it limited. Right?
This Facebook group really is a nice way for teachers to get together and collaborate, share ideas, and have discussions about best practices.
Do you find that there's more traffic on the Facebook page than there is on the teacher community?
Yes, that's what I do. Because I was on the teacher community, and there wasn't a lot of discussions, and the discussions were short, and there weren't a lot of resources being shared. Whereas on the Facebook page, it seemed like there's a whole Google Drive dedicated to people dropping stuff in there and sharing. And so there was, and it just got changed. It was a few years ago where they changed the teacher community location, or
It's been 4 years.
so they changed it. I don't know. Facebook is just more accessible, and when you get you put a question out there, and somebody replies back, and get over the red button telling you right on your phone that somebody just replied to what you said, or you're in a discussion about grading this question, or in a discussion about what to do after the AP test, or whatever, and then somebody replies to your discussion, it's like instantly there.
It's good.
When it comes to the math, the other part of that is they're in such very different places. I got kids in Calc 2 and kids in like algebra. So the difference between that math ability is gigantic. So you're going to be talking down to some kids. Other kids are going to be over their heads. And a lot of it too, I tell them, is just review of elementary math. Like being able to do multiplication on paper, division on paper, no calculator, scientific notation. Can you do, there's like skills you had at one point.
Right.
You just haven't used them for a long time. You can calculate your dependent. How long does it take you to pick that up?
What grade levels do you have?
10. Question number 2 said, do you have current events as your curriculum? How you format it? We do a warm-up every day. So warm-up question on the board every day. So that normally ties to current events. It does create some more work because it's changing all the time, but it also keeps the kids interested. Because like this year we talked a lot about questions. Sometimes we come up on the news and we talking about what's going on with them today, right? Or what's going on with the EPA today, or what's going on, you know what I mean? So it really.
How do you specifically structure that?
So the kids come in.
Is it you using a website to go from it, or is it them taking responsibility and coming up with a warm-up?
It's me coming up with a warm-up. So I'll either, I usually listen to NPR, right? On my way into school, I have a 20-minute ride, so I'll listen to NPR. And most days, there's something on there. Otherwise, I just have what was on from last year. Like I already have my warm-ups for each unit organized on a Google slideshow. And it's a question, and that relates to one of the AP standards, one of the things that we have to learn for that unit. Say, hey, this is what we need to know, and this is how this situation pertains to what we're talking about right now. And that's just to get them started every day. They come in, they take out their binder, they write down the answer to the question. I have a deck of cards with every kid's name on it. I pull a name. Okay, what do you think about this? And there's not like, it's not to get kids, it's not like a right and wrong answer. It's just like, here's a current event, what do you think about it? Just so the kid can't get wrong. So it just kind of opens us up to that discussion and get kids' wheels turning about thinking about the environment.
This is an example of a warm-up that I use to try to get kids engaged in the content using local information.
All my test questions, I gave my test in night two. I know you guys mentioned you hadn't heard of that, but it's an online test program, and basically what it lets you do is tie your standards to each question. So every time they answer a question that's multiple choice, it records that information. At the end of the school year, they have a printout that shows which standards they did well in and which they were deficient in. They might have had, through the course of the year, say 3-4 questions on each AP standard. And it's, green, you can get them all right. Yellow, half of them are right, and red, you got only one right or all 3 of them wrong. So they know that they need to go back and study.
So,
Here's an example of a proficiency report for a student towards the end of the semester, and it shows what AP standards the student was proficient in and was not, so they can see this on their personal computer. They can click on the link on the left and get more information about that standard as well as resources to help improve their proficiency on that standard before the AP test.
So all my tests that I give on every unit are all AP test questions. So the rigor is like right there. You know what I mean? So I can tell them, look, at the end of the school year, you've taken nothing but AP tests. Right? You're ready for this from the high school. And that's what you're part of Creek. So we go over there and we take all of our samples, spend like a day there, nitrates and phosphates, and then collect the water and bring it back, and we do the E. coli test and all those things. And we get good results, we make a Google sheet, and put everybody's data on there, compare this year to last year to the year before, and then look at EPA standards like where should it be, and then we also, in November, we get salmon eggs, salmon in the classroom. Heard of that?
I knew it.
That's one of the favorite things for the whole year. So we raise the salmon, and then we go back last day for seniors, was last Friday, and we let them go.
Where did you release them?
Water quality, right there.
All right.
I have my students do a year-long project, a LEAP project, local environmental enrichment project, that lasts all year. So they do, because one of the things the board wants to do is design and conduct an experiment. Some of the FRQs are based on that. And so at the beginning of the year, they come up with an observation, like I saw this happen, like this pond in my backyard is gross, or this park is all littered. So they make an observation, hypothesis. If I did this, like a public education program, or cleanup day, or debit control, and experimental group, and then their hypothesis, and then they design their experiment and collect the results, and then conclude. So it's a program, and then at the end they have to make a video, and then those get released the next year. Students describe what to do. But it's been very powerful. Like for a lot of students, it's like their favorite.
Is that something you find online?
For the LEAD project,
Yeah.
I can share that with you if you want.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Since I've done a ton of these kinds of things, I have a dream team in our school who can help us with it.
This is the first component of their LEAP project, their local environmental enrichment project that runs throughout the course of the year.
Some kids, I got a really diverse group of kids. So some students have like reading disabilities and so forth. So I have to make it easier on them. So I give them here, just if you read it, you're gonna remember it so much better. Like, it's hard to push on these kids, but this is how college is. Like you have to read it for yourself and try to make sense of it. Then when you come to class and we talk about it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now I'm refining the knowledge. I'm not creating it for you.
Do you?
The review for the unit, call them knowledge targets. Basically what I did for that was, again, somebody in that Facebook group had taken the course outline for APES and broken it down into finer bullet points and described kind of what they would need to know for each of them, or made them into like student-friendly questions. And so I took that and broke it up into my own units and changed it and kind of made it, put it into my own words, like this is how I would ask that. And so at the beginning of each unit, they get that first. So your knowledge targets. And what I tell them is if you do all the knowledge targets, you'll have covered everything that could possibly be on the AP test. So they can either write those out or they can make a Google Doc of that and share it with me. And I don't really care, but that's another part.
Here is a student sample of completed knowledge targets for Unit 8.
And so they download this app onto their phone. They take a picture of the piece of trash and it timestamps it and locates it, and then they can categorize it. So it's paper or plastic or whatever. And then you come back to the classroom, and then within a day, that site will update, and then you can pull up a map of where you were, and it'll be all red dots. And you can hover over each one, and it'll tell you what it was. You can see it. So when we first did this, it was the first time it's ever been used in Granville. So there was nothing on the map, right? So if you go to that website and look at your area, it'll probably just be empty white space because nobody's probably ever used it.
Yeah.
And then we went out there and I said, go. Like, you can't cross any roads, you can stay on campus, but go outside, take pictures. And then the next day we came back, we had 375 pieces of trash that were picked up, and taken pictures of, and then picked up, and we brought back and recycled or threw away or whatever. But that was just in one day. We try to encourage them to keep doing that. But it was just a kind of a fun trash thing.
This map shows where we picked up the trash around the high school, and each of those is a clickable link which shows the picture, the time, and the location that that object was picked up. Pretty cool results.
I do a garbology thing where one day I just send all the kids to a classroom and say, go pick up a trash can and bring it back. So they go to anybody's classroom, grab a trash can, bring it back, and then we dump it off on the lab tables and categorize it. Say what % of this would actually have been recyclable, right?
We did that with cafeteria. Oh my God.
Oh, I did that my first year.
Yeah.
I had them save the trash from the cafeteria, and
We've
never
done
did that again.
Oh, it was so bad.
Stunk so
Well,
bad.
we sort trash every week anyway in our
Right.
school, but this is a great idea because having so many of them come and how much is so cool.
And then they have to make a graph of it in
Mhm.
color pencil. Make a graph. This % was recyclable, this was not, and then some like notes at the bottom.
Mhm.
And they bring the trash can back and stick it right on the wall.
Of that.
In the classroom where they found it.
Shaming the teacher.
Shame. I was really shaming the students. 'Cause,
Right, I
they're
know.
the ones that throw away
Right.
all the plastic water bottles and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And then that spurred another project where kids would go around and put like, old paper boxes in the copy room,
Mhm.
put them there to recycle plastic, and then one kid would just take that plastic once a week.
Yeah.
Just something to get out and talk about trash and do something fun for a day. It only takes a period to do, and then we pool all that data into a Google sheet for all of the classes and all the groups. We can say, hey, look, this is what's going on with Granville right now. Take a random sampling in classrooms. Look how much stuff we could be recycling right now.
These are our garbology results from last year's lab.
Well, it was helpful. I know it's what it's like to start
Great.
apes from scratch, so I've been there.
Actually, this is amazing because there's such a good supportive network. I've never been part of that kind of thing before ever. I started from scratch and it was scratch. There was nothing. And
You'll find that
it's been
about
nice to
AP
have
in
that.
general. AP is just such a good environment of people that work hard for kids and want to share.
Mhm.
And I've met too many people that are like, I'm not sharing that. Like,
Right.
just forget about it.
Well, I think you're all in it for the same reasons of just making sure kids are really learning in a rigorous way. Can't lose on that one. Gotta try
Right.
your best.
Cool.
So-
Thanks for coming.
Can
and
you put me on this spot?
You bet.
Do you have?
By differentiating for my students, prepping them for their essays, and keeping the class interesting with current and relevant information, as well as keeping the expectations rigorous to the AP and college level, I've been able to steadily increase their student performances. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day.